Hi, I'm Lynn Kettell-Slifer, your functional medicine provider at Partners LLC. And today I'm here to talk to you about why I recommend you don't order your own diagnostic labs through the mail or over the internet. So we represent and order lots and lots of diagnostic labs. This is just a sample of a few of them. And most of this, or well, not most of it, but some of it is available out there for you to order yourself. So the questions that you might want to think about asking before you go ahead and click submit on the Pay Now button. First thing, and most importantly, is have you had a functional medicine evaluation to really determine whether that is a diagnostic that's going to be helpful for you in evaluating your symptoms. So that's one of the key things. We can run all kinds of expensive diagnostics, but if we're not looking in the right area, they're really rather worthless and you've spent a lot of money. Some of these things can be done through standard health insurance depending upon your provider and depending upon your insurance. But certainly there are a whole host of very expensive reports out there. Secondly, do you want your genetic data out there? There are very loose laws, in my opinion, the GINA laws, G-I-N-A, that apply to the protection of genetic data. And many of these companies, while yes, we have to be HIPAA compliant and we have to rely on security measures, etc., you could basically drive a truck through the GINA laws. And I know I have many patients that don't care, but I have other patients that really want to protect their genetic data. So are genetic data going to be evaluated in this lab? This is something that's important to know, and are you willing to do that? Are you willing to have that available? Thirdly, the question you ought to ask is, who is this lab? Who is this lab that's promising to do these diagnostics? So many of these online companies have cropped up and they'll offer a host of diagnostics, and all they do is they simply take, for example, a CBC, a complete blood count, which may cost $10, $15 without insurance through, for example, one of our diagnostic companies, and they'll jack up the price. So you may pay $60 for a comprehensive metabolic panel or a complete blood count that might be a $15 test. And then finally, and really importantly, is what about the interpretation? They all promise a really nice report, but are you able to interpret the report, especially how it relates to you and your symptoms? Now, if you're a medical professional, all bets are off, and hopefully you should be able to do that yourself. But if you're not, if you're the average lay person, you'll get this nice report, but what does it mean? And that's where I recommend you see a functional medicine provider, preferably me, if we're a good partnership, to evaluate what do these diagnostics mean and what do they mean for you? What do these results mean? In functional medicine, we use them to incorporate into a treatment plan. But again, I will recommend or order specific diagnostics based upon you, how you present, what you've already had done, and with that kind of cost-effective note in mind. Being a woman and being a mom, I tend to, I don't want to just readily spend your money. I want it to count because healthcare is expensive. And then, oh, by the way, many of these online companies, as I mentioned before, the prices are absolutely astronomical for some of the standard labs that it really bothers me to see that out there. So things to think about before you click submit ordering some of these online labs.